Now, being home alone by itself, not scary. But what if you think you're home alone and you're actually not? This can happen one of two ways. Someone could break in through a window or creep in through an unlocked door. But what if someone got into your house while you were at work earlier today and have been waiting hours for you to come home and go to bed? Do you check your house at night before you go to sleep? I do, but that's part of my training. Are you alone now? Are you sure? How do you know someone's not in the closet or under the bed? Now, I'm not going to tell you that you shouldn't be afraid while you're home alone, because you should. I've been to too many crime scenes where people have been on their own and help was too far away. Now, these next stories, they're going to scare you. Now, our channel is called Don't Turn Around, but we highly suggest that you do, because someone could be right behind you.
You're about to hear 4 scary stories, read by Don't Turn Around. After each one, leave a comment below and vote here in the poll. Which one is the scariest?
Now I'm lying on the couch and I hear footsteps, and my eyes widen as I live alone. And I sit up instantly, and my eyes are already adjusted to the dark, but no one's there. Yet, I can still hear footsteps. It's someone walking slowly across the room, and I'm like, shook. Because I'm a grown-ass man, and I don't believe in ghosts. And I don't do drugs or drink. I'm a skeptic. I'm single, no kids, no girlfriend, no pets, no mental issues. Until now, I guess. I hear it walking, and it seems to move across the room, to the wall, and stop. And then I hear a scratching noise on the wall beside the fireplace. And I sit on the couch absolutely frozen. I have no idea what to do. And then I see my curtains move, as if a wind blew through them, and I hear a soft whisper. Mr. Jenkins. All of a sudden, a picture frame falls from the shelf and smashes onto the ground, and the glass shatters. I jump up and run out of that house so quickly, I didn't put my shoes on or anything. I go outside in nothing but my boxer shorts. I don't think any of the neighbors saw, but if they did, I'm sure it looked odd. As I was outside, I ran it over and over again in my head. Maybe I imagined the whole thing. It was all really weird. And in the end, I ran in, grabbed some clothes, my wallet and computer, locked up, and I left. And I got to a hotel and I looked up Jenkins. There was a Jenkins who had gone missing on my street about 20 years ago. The next day I went home. It didn't look as scary as it was at night. As I pick up the glass shards, one of them seemed shaped like an arrow. Now I know there's this thing called pareidolia, which is where you see things in nature that aren't really there, like you look at clouds and see a circus animal or hear hidden messages in music. Well, I swear, this arrow was pointing towards the fireplace. Now, I don't know if it was pareidolia, but after what happened last night with these footsteps and the Jenkins whisper, I decided to check. As I scraped away at the bricks, one came loose quickly. Now, I had never been digging back there before. I mean, I never had a reason ever since I bought the house. As I pulled back a brick, I had it in my head that I'd find a skeleton of missing Mr. Jenkins. But I never did. There was a crawl space, and it was unusual and quite large, and it went all around my house, but no sign of a skeleton or any Mr. Jenkins. Now, I can't explain what happened that night, and while I still don't believe in ghosts, I have no explanation as to the footsteps, the whisper, Mr. Jenkins, why my frame smashed, or how the curtains moved. This was the worst night of my life. I was in the shower, and I couldn't hear anything except the water splashing around me. Now, when I say I was in the shower, I was actually standing in the bath, but the shower was on. The curtain was pulled, so the water didn't get on the floor. Now, I had just put shampoo in my hair, and I was rinsing it out. I was pushed through the curtain, smacked against the wall, and I slipped and felt this awful pain in my foot and my knee as I hit the bathtub. I fell quick and hard. The curtain landed on top of me, as did the brass curtain rod that was holding it up. The curtain felt like a canvas against my body as he started hitting me. The water kept pounding away. Thud, thud, thud. It was relentless. That noise seemed so loud, and the pain in my head was the worst thing I'd ever felt. Again and again and again, he pressed against me as my ear flattened against the hard surface of the bath. Getting squashed. It was so painful, and I wanted it so badly to stop. I was so winded when I fell, and I didn't have a moment to do anything before his fist hit my face. I don't know how many times it happened. They say at least 5. The worst was, I didn't wake up in the hospital. Well, that would have been better. I woke up on the carpet, in the bedroom, unable to move. I stared at the door for what must have been hours, feeling the unmistakable taste of blood in my mouth. I couldn't tell if I was swallowing it or just letting it seep out. Day went into night, and no matter what he had done to me, I was still alive. It did occur to me that he could still be there, but my main concern was trying to move something on my body. A few days later, police entered my house and found me. That was 6 months ago. The police searched for fingerprints, but it's all been inconclusive. They haven't found out who came into my house and did this to me. Now, they don't know how he got into the house, as nothing was open. Now, it's possible it was when I was taking the trash out to the garbage cans that he was hiding somewhere and snuck in. Oh, I want revenge so bad. But now, I'm paralyzed from the neck down. So if someone gets revenge, it probably won't physically be me, as I'm pretty much housebound at this point. Now, I don't know if this counts as a Home Alone story, as I was with my dog. It is, however, terrifying and true that I'm still trying to make sense of it all. I live in a small house next to a cemetery that's deserted. I got the house quite cheap because no one wanted it, because of the view. All of the other houses on the street are actually abandoned. Last night it's raining, and I'm at home reading, and my dog keeps barking at the wall facing the cemetery. Now, he only ever barks if someone comes by, which is super rare in these parts. And in this rain, no one would be going out there. So I can't for the life of me figure out why he's barking. I try and calm him down, but he just won't stop. So after a while, it's getting so annoying that I put my raincoat on and take him out for a walk. We go out into the cemetery and he barks, but not at anything in particular. It's really strange. Something has him spooked. He runs towards a gravestone and viciously starts barking at it. And there's a statue next to this gravestone that creeps me out. It's half angel, half devil, with a shovel thrown over its shoulder. And it's decaying really bad. Well, Bruiser goes from the gravestone to the statue and barks at it even more. After a while, I realize nothing will calm him down. So maybe it's just the thunder that's making him do this. So I take him back home and we get in and he starts to grow even more agitated. I notice the hair on his back starts standing up on its ends as he's growling at the windows. He's snarling and acting all rabid. It's like someone is moving around the house. So I brought him some food and water. Hope the storm passes. and then by morning we'll have calmed down. So today I woke up, and it's quiet. Usually Bruiser curls up in bed with me, but he wasn't there. I shower not thinking much of it, but after I go looking for him, when I call his name, he doesn't come. I get concerned, and I search for him, and I can't find him anywhere. Now, it doesn't make much sense as the front door is locked from the inside and he can't get out, but I search the house everywhere, and he's nowhere to be found. I spend all morning searching, and I can't find him. So, frustrated and confused, I go outside and I head along the cemetery path, along the same path that we went the previous night. And that's where I see it. Near the gravestone that Bruiser barked at the night before is what looks like a freshly dug patch of earth, which is Bruiser's size. It's then that I notice little doggy paws sticking out. I'm overwhelmed with emotion, and I rush over and I scrape away all the dirt with my hands. But it's too late. The sheriff just left. And as I was speaking with him to tell him everything that happened, and for the first time I realized that the angel devil statue isn't actually here anymore. I'm now sitting here alone in the cemetery thinking about it all. But why would someone be going around in a cemetery at night? In the middle of the night. In the pouring rain. In the middle of nowhere. Dressed up like a devil statue. It doesn't make any sense. They're coming for me. Oh my God, I need your help. Dude, I need help bad. Real bad. Something horrible just happened to me. Like really, really bad. I was at the frat house on my own, and the upstairs ceiling fan turns on, all by itself. So I went upstairs, and I went to switch it off. And I go back downstairs, and it switches on again. And I'm thinking, what the hell? So I walk upstairs, and I went to switch it off. And a few minutes later, it goes back on. Now, I'm on my own, and I'm freaking out. It's like this big, creepy house, you know? And the floorboards creak, and it has all that history of bad stuff happening there. So I yell out, hello? Now, if someone or something answers, I'm gonna shit my pants. And of course, I'm hoping nothing does. And of course, nothing does. So I walk upstairs, and I went to switch it off. So I'm trying to get some work done, and the fan starts up again. And I just feel something weird is going on. And I get a knife from the kitchen, and I creep up to the second floor. And I see my bedroom door slowly creak open. And I advance towards it, and the floorboards creak. I have the knife ready at my side. And as I approach the door, and I'm getting ready to use it, when suddenly, the screaming mob attacks me from behind, and I spin around completely startled and defend myself with the knife. I'm horrified as I realize quickly it's my frat brothers, and they're looking at me like I'm crazy. They were there, and they were pranking me. And they look at me like, what did you do? And that's when I see that there's blood on the knife, and I've used it. One of my brothers, Doug, is on the floor, holding his stomach. I dropped the knife. What should have happened was, we should have got him help immediately, but instead we started screaming at each other. I was blaming them, and they were blaming me, and Doug is on the floor screaming in pain, just bleeding out. The ambulance just took him away, and the police will be here soon. I need your help. I think he's gonna die. The police are gonna take me away. God, I'm so scared.
Which one was the scariest? Vote here in the poll. And just remember, don't turn